Waking up with
Shivraj Prashad, your host on Good Morning Grammar. Now this show is really all about you. If you hear someone using poor grammar, pronunciation, or just enunciating ideas poorly, instead of being rude and correcting them, just turn them over to our Good Morning Grammar experts. This Tuesday, we decided to change things up. This comes based on feedback from a listener, a friend who heads GMAT studies out of the region. He asked, have you covered commas? When should they be used? So we decided to turn that question over to a former guest, Tania Bery. Here's her take on that question.
Hi, this is Tania Bery, and I'm a college admissions counselor, essay editor, and SAT English coach. Today we're going back to basics. What are the two necessary elements of a sentence? Well, we need a subject, which is a noun, and a verb. Both of these, the subject and the verb, should also agree with each other. So for instance, if I say, I eat my food, that is a sentence because it has the pronoun I as the subject and eat as the verb. Whereas just eat my food is not a sentence because it lacks the subject, I. Neither is when I meet my friends. We call this kind of phrase a dependent clause because it can't stand alone as a sentence but depends on the rest of the sentence to survive as a complete thought. How do we punctuate this sentence? Well, of course, it should end with a full stop. One of my punctuation pet peeves is when people don't know how to separate two sentences correctly. There are only 3 ways in English to separate two sentences. You may use a full stop, a semicolon, or a comma plus a conjunction, like and or but. But you may never use only a comma between two sentences. So for example, those who say, I went out, comma, I met my friends, are completely wrong because we have I went, subject and verb, as the first part, that's a sentence, and I met my friends, I and met, makes the second part also a sentence. Just a comma between them is not good enough. Instead, I have 3 choices. I can say either, I went out, full stop, I met my friends, or I went out, semicolon, I met my friends, or I went out, comma, and I met my friends. So always remember when in doubt that this is a 2-step process. The first step is apply the sentence test. Do I have a matching subject and a verb? Second step, if yes, I can use my handy formula, full stop equals semicolon equals comma plus conjunction to punctuate correctly between any 2 sentences. If you're still confused when dotting your sentences, please feel free to contact me on my mobile at 98102-86763 or email me at tania@taniabery.com.
I hope what you heard was useful, but we'd love to hear from you as well. You too can feature on any episode by sending in your requests or feedback with a voice message on WhatsApp on +91 962 547 5442 or via email at shivraj@brevis.in. We'd be happy to read out your message here or even play it on an entire Friday special episode. Have a good day and stay tuned for another fresh episode of Good Morning Grammar.